Hello everyone, and welcome to this preview of this weekend's matchup with the Omaha Mavericks, who sit number 18 in the USCHO poll, 14-8-4 overall, and 7-6-1, who sit fourth in the conference. Head off to Denver to play number 3, who sits at 16-6-4, 8-3-3, second in the conference. Look at the times for this weekend. It's an 8:37 Central start time on Friday. The game will also be on TV on CBS Sports Network, and Saturday night's game will be at 8:07 Central. 11:80 Zone 2 The Deuce on both nights, I know for sure. Like I said, Friday night's game will be on TV. This is the first matchup of the season between the Mavericks and the Pioneers. This weekend against Denver in Denver, and then the second matchup will happen the first weekend in March, last weekend of the regular season, in Omaha, here in Omaha. Some head-to-head teams, obviously, being interconference. Denver, I'll go over Denver's records first. Denver sits 1-0-1 against UND, which is compared to Omaha's 0-2-0 record. But Omaha still has 2 games against North Dakota this season. Denver is 0-2 with 2 ties against Miami. They still have 2 games against Miami, where Omaha went 3-0-1 against Miami this season. They still have 2 games with CC, but they are currently 2-0-0, where Omaha went 3-1-0 against CC this year. They sit 1-1 against Duluth this year. Omaha 0-2-0, still with 2 games against Duluth, who they play next week. Denver still has 2 games with St. Cloud, but they currently have a record of 1-1. Omaha went 1-1 also this year. However, they're done playing with St. Cloud. They just had the 1 series this year. Denver went 3-1-0 against Western, where Omaha still has 2 games against Western. They just have the 1 series, which is in a couple weeks here in Omaha. Denver sits second in the pairwise to just Duluth, who, like I said, the Mavs play next week. It'll be number 2 against number 16 this weekend in Denver. Last weekend, Denver lost in overtime 3-2 and won 3-1 in St. Cloud last weekend. Some key stats just overall about Denver. Tanner Gillette sits first in the NCHC in wins, second in goals against average with a 1.91 average, and second in save percentage with a 93.1%. That is unreal. Another big stat to look out for is penalty kill for Denver. Overall sits 5th in the NCHC against all teams over all games with an 81.2%. But in NCHC play against NCHC foes only, it's stellar at 90%. A 90% penalty kill. So you've got the best power play here in Omaha heading out to play Denver, who's got the best penalty kill. So it'll be interesting to see which one really stands out. It'll be big for the Mavs to really convert on those power play chances that they get and break through that great penalty kill that Denver has. Denver is allowing just 1.86 goals a game against NCHC teams only, whereas overall the games, they've only allowed that average only goes up to 2.04. So it's only about a 0.2 difference. That being compared to Omaha's 3.08, which is a whole goal more than Denver. Denver has allowed just 5 power play goals against NCHC teams. That is the best in the conference compared to Omaha's worst 17 in the NCHC. And Denver has only allowed 19 power play goals overall over all the games against every opponent. So, and that's another thing. They've only allowed 5 power play goals in, 16 games, 14 games if I can count right. 5 power play goals in 14 games. That's unreal. This is a huge weekend for the Mavs to really show off what they want to do and how they want to finish this season. Obviously, they don't want last season. We're down to the last 10 games. So this is where things really start to matter. Not that the beginning of the season doesn't matter, but you've got teams that you're playing right now, the 4 teams that are above us in the USCHO poll and in the pairwise are who we face the rest of the season. As I said earlier, they're playing the top two in the pairwise this week in Denver, next week in Duluth on the road. So it'll be a really good chance, especially against Duluth, who we got swept at home earlier in the season. So it'll be good to get some road help for the pairwise. Obviously, the Mavs are a better team on the road, which is weird. But it'll be interesting, really, to see how they come out and really just battle against these teams that are top of the charts, who are teams that they could face in the tournament if they were able to make it. Teams that they might even possibly play, hopefully not, but they could play in the NCHC tournament. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out and prove that they want to finish this season on a strong note instead of a weak note like they did last season. There's 6 big points at stake. The Mavs need to at least get one win in regulation and hopefully a win in overtime, or at least get to the 3-on-3 to get that 1 point. They need points in both games to really stay in the hunt for home ice. Obviously, they haven't been the best home ice team this year, but it's the playoffs, and anything can happen in the playoffs, especially in hockey. So this will be a big weekend for the Mavs. Like I said, the game on Friday will be on TV at 8:30, CBS Sports Network. Saturday on the radio, as every game is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe. There should be my face somewhere on the side. Be sure to subscribe. Go follow me on Twitter at Beans Sports. I'll be sure to post the link down below. And go Mavs. I cannot wait for this weekend and for the rest of the season. It should be interesting. With just 2 home series left, I gotta really relish what's left of the home season. So this weekend, number 3 Denver. It'll be an interesting series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to let your friends know too. Let your friends know that I do this if they like Omaha hockey or just watching some guy make a fool out of himself. Have them come watch. It'll be interesting to see what they think. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.